Assalamu alaikum, everybody. SubhanAllah. It's almost the end of Ramadan here. Allahu Akbar. And, uh, you know, we gotta take advantage of these last few nights here. So, just kind of wanted to make this video for, reminding us that, you know, this could be our last Ramadan, right? SubhanAllah, not to dampen the mood or anything, but it really could be, right? And we always think in plurals, right? More years, more chances, more Ramadan, more time, right? But nobody promised another Ramadan. And I think one of the strangest things about getting closer to Allah is that life starts to feel faster, right? Not emptier, just faster. In my own experience, life feels faster when you know that Allah's with you, right? You start to feel caught, you start to realize that you don't actually have much time. Not as much time as you thought. Not enough time to build, everything you wanted in this moment, right? Not enough time to ask Him for mercy, the way you should, right? Not enough time to ask Him, keep delaying things, right? Like things you already know matter the most, right? Maybe that's part of the beauty of it, right? That's really how short life is. Your heart starts to think more clearly when you know that, right? When you realize the things that look so big begin to shrink, right? The ego, the distractions, the need to impress people, the attachment to a world that was, never meant to stay in the first place, right? Ramadan does that to a person. It softens the dunya for you, right? It reminds you that this life is only ever a road, right? Never a home. And maybe that's why Ramadan feels heavier than the rest of the year. Because it brings the Akhirah closer to your chest. It makes you ask questions but usually avoid. If I met with Allah soon, am I ready? This was my last Ramadan. What would I regret? What am I still carrying that I should have repented from already, right? And yet there is something that's beautiful in not realizing, right? Because when you feel how little control you actually have, you begin to trust Allah's qadr, right? More deeply. And you stop worshipping your plans, this dunya. You stop leaning so heavily on tomorrow and slowly trust in Allah, and Allah brings a peace like nothing else that can give, like in this dunya. Not because life becomes easy, but because your heart accepts that Allah has always been with you, right? There is peace in knowing your life is not random, right? There is peace in knowing your time is not wasted if it's given to Him. There is peace in knowing that even if you feel behind, Allah can place more barakah in one sincere moment, right, than you could ever place, right, in years of your own planning. So if this was your last Ramadan, how would you live the rest? Because one day it really will be your last, right? And when that day comes, all that will remain is what you sent out. So I would recommend not wasting these minutes, right? Acting like you have everything, right? You don't need to become perfect overnight, but you do need to become honest enough to say, yeah, Allah, like waste time, let me not waste what remains, right? I've been distant, let me return. If this is my last Ramadan, let me meet you in a way that pleases me, right? And maybe that's the beauty of Ramadan. Life is short, but Allah's mercy is vast, right? So it's always great after a month. It's reminding ourselves that we have something to go back to. Yeah, it's true. Right? When we make mistakes, it's constantly reminding ourselves that there is someone who is the most important, and we have to realize. May Allah respect. So